What's up, my love people? What if I told you that the iPhone I'm using to record this video right now, the company Productive Business Solution Limited was a part of getting it to me right here. Matter of fact, this PC that I use to edit is also a part of their business line of products that they help to facilitate. And what's even crazier, the ATMs that you guys literally use to go and push in and take out your money and something there, debit and credit cards, they're also a part of what makes that process possible. So if any of that interests you, stick around. Here is the review of Productive Business Solutions Perpetual Cumulative Redeemable Fixed Rate Preference Share. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. Oh, that's it. Let's begin. Productive Business Solution, or PBS, it kind of sounds like some cartoons or catalog of cartoons I usually watch growing up.
Original point of view. And I say, hey, what
But that's not my child. Productive Business Solutions is like a bridge that connects the rest of the world to the Caribbean and Central America with various technological products and IT related products. Products such as Apple, HP, Sony, among other big names like Oracle, which is a cloud-based company, and Xerox. You know that printer company there. So the company is offering a preference share. To be more precise, they're offering a perpetual cumulative redeemable fixed preference share. I'll catch you that time. Yeah, so the offer is split into two groups, or tranche if you want to call it that. But it's two groups. You have the US and the Jamaican group. The US pool, which is 1 million perpetual cumulative redeemable at 9.25% fixed US dollar preference share with no par value at a fixed price of $10 US. That's a lot. And the Jamaican pool, which is 150,000 perpetual cumulative redeemable 10.5 fixed rate Jamaican preference share. And that price is 1,000 Jamaican dollars. So I really overseas them a lot the money from, and Jamaica part is just the small chunks. But there is no reserve pool for the Jamaican, so it's just general pool, everybody can apply. But for the US, 700,000 of that is already reserved. So 70% of what they're offering to the US pool is already reserved. The minimum the minimum for the US is 500 US dollars. So you have 500 US dollars you can buy. So that's 50 units basically. And for the Jamaican, the minimum is 100. No. 100 times 1,000 is $100,000 is the minimum you can buy. This kind of reminds me of the meme from Twilight that I saw when they were like, oh dear, it seems like we have offended the poor people. And I'm just laughing. But at the same time, Warren Buffett normally says price is what you pay and value is what you get. So if you see the value and you are comfortable with getting like a steady cash flow of 10.5% or 9.25%, especially Jamaica, which you're going to get 10.25%, it is good if you're fine with that. But as I say, it's a lot of money for the average person to find, especially if you just start investing, not going just to throw $100,000 in one company and you know much about it. But that's why I subscribe to Gargan to get at least a basic overview of the company. But yeah, most of this preference share going to be really for the higher net worth persons and like hedge funds and those stuff and pension funds. And but not to mention that they're paying a pretty good penny, because that's in the range of like Carreras and probably even more than Trans, that are like the two highest set of dividend paying stocks on the local market. The thing is though, preference shares don't really move that much, so you're not going to really get a big jump in capital appreciation. But if you find out just getting that cash flow, then it's good. Plus, as you say, perpetual, I'll go and break that down. But I already did a video and explain everything. But perpetual just means never ending. Cumulative means that if they miss this quarter, they're going to add it to the second quarter or whenever they pay. However, the redeemable part of it is like clashing with water and fire, because perpetual means you're going never end, or you're not going ever stop getting that cash flow, but redeemer means that they can buy back the shares after. I was watching, I watch Kalerina's videos, and one of the advisors that was there with the guy was saying that they're not going to redeem it until 15 years. I did not see that in the prospectus, so then you can say word of mouth, and as YouTubers, none of this is financial advice, so you don't know. And I did Control F to even type 15%, 15, word 15, redeemable. I never see nothing there. I'm gonna go through it. I'm still never see nothing there. Maybe I missed it, but I never see it, so them can say like 15 years before them redeem it, but them can also just redeem it whenever. So bear in mind with that. So them can say, oh yeah, you want pay, man, want pay, and you know what, we'll take it back. As I say, not financial advice, but I never saw it and I read through it. But if you guys find it, you can just probably shout me a picture on Instagram and I'll like rectify that. But alright, so how does this company make money? They make money quite a lot of ways, because they have a lot of suppliers and consumers, but they make money primarily from information technology and printing. So like printers, printing equipments, everything around that, from fixing it, repairing it, selling it. But how do they make money? PBS is the leading enterprise technology company in the Caribbean and Central America. It operates in 19 countries and employs over 2,000 information technology professionals. They represent over 100 leading global technology brands seeking to do business within the Caribbean. As I said, that's where the bridge comes in. So you have big companies like HP, Oracle, Cisco, NCR, Sony, Apple, among many others, as I did actually say before. But and I also did mention the banking aspect of it. The company NCR, which is basically a recognition company, put it like that. And what they do, they help to facilitate the chips that are in the cards, that when you go bank and you get the ATM card and something so you can withdraw money. Yeah, that's where they help in that aspect. I'll break them down and then you'll see the different companies there. This was from the prospectus saying. So you have information technology, you have networking, you have maintenance and services, you have advanced services, you have printing, and you have security systems. They have some of the biggest and largest customers that if I just put up a list of them, I'm sure you at least can pick up maybe 5 out of 10 of these companies. So their customers are some of the industry leading in every sector right across. So the customers include banks, retailers, telecommunications, energy, and government, among others. You always have others. And sure, you have seen some of these companies already. You have company like JPS, Digicel, NCB, Walmart, Shell, and literally the government of Jamaica. Matter of fact, they are the one that are tasked with the NITS project, which is the National Identification System for Jamaica that we're gonna try implement. Alright, now you have the CEO. The CEO is Mr. Pedro M. Paris. He was the one that was on Khalil Reynolds' show. And then you have directors. You have directors including persons such as Paul B. Scott, Patrick A.W. Scott, and Melanie. And she's also the chairman and CEO of Stanley Motors. Stanley Motors, that building, if you go halfway through, that big 58 building right here. So that complex is Stanley Motors with general accidents in there. Alarica call center, but essentially it's predominantly really a real estate company that is also listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. They pay out decent dividends, but when we go down into the financials of the company, I want to show you something, because I didn't list out all the directors in this particular segment of the video. I want to leave it for the financials to explain something, but most of the directors there are connected to the Musan Group, which is a very, very, very big company that you practically probably don't even know about. But when reaching the financials, we still get there. Bear with me. The company is very diversified, as in they have their hand in a lot of places. As I mentioned, they're in 19 countries. So they're in countries such as Antigua and Barbuda, Aruba, Barbados, Belize, Cayman Islands, Colombia, Costa Rica, Curacao, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Miami, Florida, US, Guatemala, Guyana, Honduras, Jamaica, Montego Bay, Nicaragua, Nicaragua, Panama, Suriname, and Trinidad and Tobago. And when you check Jamaica, Jamaica really only contributes 9.6% of their revenue. Most of their revenue come from like Trinidad, Costa Rica, Guatemala, and Nicaragua. The rest of the companies, them, I guess, is on the lower side, except Panama and USA, which is like 8.2 and 7%. Everything else is really on the lower end of the spectrum, so they're relatively spread wide. But that was really it, that was a rough breakdown. So now for the financials. Alright, family, so two things. One, I was supposed to actually give away 2 credits, 10% on my YouTube channel, with more than 10% because of the whole video and stuff, but because I got so caught up in the whole video making and talking, it totally slipped my mind. So for the persons who reached financials, congratulations. One this one line on the screen, you guys can big up on yourself. But we'll jump in. So I did say that I was supposed to go to the directors, and as I was saying, you have Mr. Scott, so Paul D. Scott, Chairman, Executive Officer, etc., of Musan Group. Yeah, Lini, can still struggle for say her name. She also Chairman and Director. She's Vice Chairman of Musan Group. You have Pedro Paris, which Director, CEO. Right, I think he was the person that was talking. You also have, and see there, appointed CEO end of 2019. He's responsible for vision, strategy, blah blah blah, the operations. And then you have other person. These persons, I don't know, is the first I seeing them outside of the Musan Group. So if you notice, this person, which is Douglas Hewson, he is a partner at the Portland Private Equity. Portland is also a listed company as well. And then all of them, as you can see, Musan Group. So what is really the Musan Group? If you made some private, so we own controlling stakes in public and private companies operating in diverse industries in the Caribbean, Central America, and beyond. Them Ghana space. Alright, we made Musan Group, you have Felton, you have Seprad, PBS, General Accident, blah blah, Interlink, Canop, Geddes. I think, let me just go to the companies, because I think it's supposed to have Stanley Motors as one, but I guess not. I'm not sure I'm seeing Stanley Motor. But anyways, Stanley Motor, I don't do it yet, but I was doing some research on Stanley Motor. The General Accident Building is within the Stanley Motor complex. So because they're a director, one of the General Accident is also one of them subsidiaries. More than likely, Stanley Motor going always have that fall back on. I'll just give me a second. I'm going to see if I can find Stanley Motors. See there, Stanley Motor, and if it made this cinema 3 complex rated, I think 50. You know this bit. May I tell you, say most persons who travel off a 3 downtown crossroad must know this building. May I try to find that about us? That company. See there. In 1983, it was acquired by the Musan Group and continued to operate as the following. So, I don't know why Musan have it there, but Stanley Motor is also a part of it. Stanley Motor is also a part of the Musan Group, and the CEO and director is this lady. So, see there, Chairman and CEO of Stanley Motors. So you get a time. So them just circulating the money within complex. So it might seem like it's just some off stuff, but everything is always connected, and that's what business is mostly do. Anyhow, them can actually just use their companies to help out each other. They will say, I'm going to see if I can find a picture of them. Come and tell some now. So see with this right here, so let me do it aloud. This are the stretcher I come from, like I come up a tree, and into the big 58 building right here. So let me see if we can zoom up. Big 58 right here, right that turn here, so and then float upon the other side, opposite side, and see have auto blah blah blah, general extent building right there. So yeah, I must say everything always tied in business in some way, shape, or form. Maybe I try to find an aerial view that depicts it better, but yeah, you get it. You got it. So now to the actual financial companies. Right, so mids, I didn't do any ratios for this one because it just looks sad. But you can see that their revenue has been going up, like up, it can go down. And you notice the pattern with this, and you see their net revenue. Because even though you make $1 million, if you have expenses that eat up time. So after tax, you have, these are all in thousands of US dollars. So this will be like 4 mil, and this will be 134,000, and then 2 mil, and then 120. So you see the trend is that big amount, then small, then big amount, then small, then big amount. Then it leaves you to wonder, 2022, how does 2022 going to be looking if it's following the same pattern? All we can do is just hope for the most part. But I did do the DuPont analysis though, and there's one thing that I noticed, if I just right here, so this purple one is leverage, this orange is leverage, and as you can see, it's above the rest, like it is significantly above the rest. So this basically I tell you, say the company utilizes more leverage to facilitate it, and honestly the revenues have been sad. It has been relatively flat, but then the thing with manufacturing industries, because based on how they explain the companies and based on what I've read, it seems like sometimes they partner with different companies, so probably buy from the retailers and then sell it back to you guys at maybe a incremental increase. So when you look on net income or in profit margin, because you buy it for a lot of money or whatever, and not here negative, and then barely make profit. This is 0.07%, so it's less than 1%, and then 1%, and then less than 1% again, and then 2.5%. So the margin is relatively flat. Return on assets year over year has been declining, I guess because they have a lot of debt, because this is their first preference share. They already have another preference share, so like if you have preference share, you have to have payout, and you want to say preference share is I've always found interesting preference share is that preference share might be treated as a stock, but it's really like a bond that really on a maturity date. It don't end unless them can redeem it back, and them redeem it back, whatever. But if you notice, every time it just goes down, go down, go down. About small margins, and it's a big company. Yes, them always a leverage. The currently them leverage at 400 times return on equity has been sad. Small for a company that is growing so much. Because I think when I was doing before I went to the financial statements, I was looking through the websites and some old documents, and it was like, I think they had 16 or 12, I don't remember, but it was a smaller number than this, and now they have 19, and yet still the margin still barely moving. So just that. But I guess in a way it can be a good company, because if you check Grace and him, I know Grace margin is bigger than this. I always say you can either own a whole of a grape or own half a watermelon. So can pick it with it. So guys, also this is on the US market. They won't see it on the main market, it's on the US market. But they have a productive business solution on ordinary shares. Them pay dividend now. They pay 1% dividend. All I checked last year, it was like 1%, guys. $1 and then pay 1 cent. They check them all year. They barely grow, like them just nothing. So yeah, it's just one of them company here that is slow, and I think preference share is the best route to go for them. But yeah, regardless though, I think about 70% of the US, 70%, guys, 700,000 shares are reserved for personnel. So yeah, overall is a good company. We can say that much from a company standpoint, but as relates to the investors, I don't really see how investors really win right here. But as I say, it's a good company. If they can hold their preference share bargain thing, then them good. If them can do that, then fine. But it's not one of them start there where I could just like whoop and go. Nope. Not even a preference share. Even JMB 7.35 or 7.25. Anyone him. Yeah, if you try buying now, you can't get it because nobody is selling because you're consistent and stuff. But who knows, just have to say what market player. But that's really it for the financials. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the friend for tell a friend. And yeah, whatever I said in that video, yo, the AC your work, brother. But yeah, love you guys. Peace. Catch you guys Saturday. Yeah.